Hello and welcome back to RimWorld. Last time we had these people show up who have been really, I would say they're rather terrible guests to have, as they did try to actively kill one another while in the colony, which I do not find to be an acceptable thing to do. But we also purchased, far more importantly, like maybe the most important thing, we purchased an iguana. Totally worth it. We're going to get so many iguana eggs. We're totally going to eat every single iguana egg because I don't know about you, but I don't see any male iguanas anywhere. So I'm pretty sure we won't be having little iguana babies. So we're just going to feast upon their eggs instead because, I mean, I don't know about you, but Gabe is certainly a heartless man, and I have no problem with eating small or large lizards' eggs when necessary. In addition, Aidan did actually make it to the colony that she was going to, which is all the way out over here, and she's coming back. Looks like she's going to be here in 22 hours. She is taking her time, isn't she? Now, based on our two little runs there, it doesn't seem like there's any events that occur when people are wandering around in the countryside. So I'm going to guess that people are more or less safe doing that. So I think, you know, Aidan is going to become basically our #1 caravan expert. It shall be beautiful. She will go out to the great wastes time and time again, and with any hope bring us back a large quantity of silver and maybe some nice stuff. Although I think we just got a large quantity of silver from this last run. It's kind of unfortunate, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, what are we actually working on? Right, geothermal vent. That is a thing. We need to get that done for. Who's actually going to do that? We kind of need somebody to get to work on that one. Who in the world here can do some crafting? Let's see. We've got Cherie, who's a pretty high-level crafter. She does a bit of growing, but I think we're going to prioritize Cherie to do crafting because she's relatively skilled at that. Now, she's also a cook. Oh, dang it. Why does don't make smoke leaf joints, Cherie. Do not even. Look, I'm suspending all smoke leaf joints. I appreciate that you want to make us tons and tons of cash money, but that is not acceptable, Cherie. We cannot have any of that. We need stone to build stone walls all the time. And by the way, it seems like people are actually putting smoke leaf in here. That is not something that we want. Is that under raw resources? Plant matter. There we go. That cannot go into this particular stockpile. All of that's going to have to be moved over to the smoke leaf shack as soon as possible so it doesn't go bad, because I don't know about you, but I like having fresh and delicious smokeweed, even if technically, I mean, the smokeweed is actually frozen in here. So it's not exactly the most fresh thing in the world, but it's close enough. Look, we're not saying we have the highest quality smoke leaf in the world. We're just saying that we probably have the most smoke leaf in the world because we make tons of it and base our entire economy off of smoke leaf. When people come and they want to like get a meal, in order to pay for said meal, given that of course we can't be some sort of filthy communistic society in which we just give out food, that's absurd. I mean, we're trying to survive here. And if we're trying to survive, we can't survive on anything but a purely capitalistic economy. Beautiful. When they do have to pay for their meals, of course, they're not paying for it in like gold or silver. All silver is, of course, owned by the government, or particularly Gabe. I don't know if Gabe can be called the government technically. He is just one person. And I'm pretty sure a government has to be multiple people. But, ooh, beavers. Hey, check it out. But, yeah, all of the traditional forms of money are controlled by the governmental sector. Really, the only thing that people have to trade in is smoke leaf, and unfortunately, I mean, technically the colony has no smoke leaf at all. So it's kind of like a really, really severe depression occurring in our colony right now, but I'm pretty sure everyone will survive because, you know, we may not be a communistic society, but Gabe is all about governmental aid. Jeez, Gabe, is it really necessary to shoot all the way across that lake? I mean, it's good sport. I can imagine that to be a thing. I I mean, just check it out. He's really getting a lot of them, actually. He shot up like half of the beavers. But that just seems a bit overdoing it. Oh, look, Aidan. Hey, Aidan, where you at? Oh, we got fire foam. That's cool. We're going to set that up on the defensive line, I believe. We do need electric smelting. That is going to be a thing. Because we do want to be able to take these steel slag chunks that are randomly in different places out here, like this stuff. And we want to smelt that down into steel if possible. But Aidan has just returned. Aidan, where are you? Oh, you're just chilling out? Good for you, Aidan. How much food did you bring back? Actually, a considerable quantity of food. I appreciate that, Aidan. That was good of you. As well as probably a bit of cash money. And what else did we get? Is that all that we got? Yeah, I think we just got cash money. Nah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we could do worse than just bringing in cash money. What else is in this guy, by the way? Do you have anything? Some simple meals, some silver? That's understandable. Okay, with Aidan returning, I feel like the colony's actually in a pretty good position. We were kind of in a problematic place with food prior. Oh my word, that is a lot of food, actually. But with all of that was in the caravan, I think we're going to do just fine, people. I know you were all panicking. I can feel it through the psychic aura that occurs when making videos. That all of you were clearly, obviously panicking about the lack of food, but I can assure you, we have this well and under control at this point. So in terms of stone blocks, which is the big thing that we're trying to work on right now, Cherie appears to be making them at a pretty solid rate at this point. I'm feeling like we're going to get pretty close to this geothermal vent this time. I mean, we've already made it all the way down there, and we just have to build basically that square. I mean, that's a pretty significant square, but we can do it. We can do it. So at the same time, we do need to work on revamping this defensive system. So I feel like if we're going to have a single front, and we are, there's no question about that, it's going to be right along here. What we're going to want is a few things. First off, the actual defensive line has to come out probably up to here, because we don't want enemies coming around this little mound of stone and then like poking out around this way and shooting in at people. That'd be bad. Ooh, cargo pods. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, yes. Packaged survival meals. Probably going to get eaten by all of the animals out there. That's basically what happens to every packaged survival meal that shows up in our colonies. It's kind of unfortunate, actually. Anyway, so we're going to have it stick a little ways out here. And it's probably going to be like this area. So we'll have maybe one set of sandbags here, another set over here that does a kind of like citadel shape this way. And then probably one of these huts is going to be centrally located. I don't know. Do we want those huts? I mean, actually, in reality, if we're just setting up a defensive line like this, we could just put walls instead of actual huts and have maybe a couple auto doors in position, because we don't have to actually have this protected from basically every direction. We only need it protected from a single direction. So that's probably a good idea. If we're going to plan that out, I do believe we actually have a planning thing. Yes, we do. So we'd have like, probably from here, some sandbags going out to a little placement here. And we're going to head out along this, probably set it up to right here. So this is going to be kind of the entry point into the colony, where we're going to have a little opening like 3 wide for people to walk through, so they don't have to go over sandbags if they don't want to, because last I checked, it's kind of annoying to go over sandbags. And we'll have a sandbag situation like that. What are these cargo pods? There's so many cargo pods falling upon our colony. Giving us hay? We don't even want hay. What do we do with hay? That's disgusting. Anyway, as I was saying, we set it up like this. I will admit, there's not very many firing positions down this way. That could be problematic. What we could do is mine out a bit more of this area. Actually, that's probably a good idea. We mine out all of this, and we continue construction down this way. So we have a decent number of slots for people to stand in, pointing downrange here. Cold snap. Life has to be hard, doesn't it? You can't just have a nice, time to plan out your colony. You always gotta have cold snaps and stuff. Come on, RimWorld, what are you doing to us? What are you doing? So if we're gonna have this set up, we should probably have the wall pretty flush with this stone structure so that, people can't hide behind this. What the heck? There's so much stuff going on right now. Okay, what the heck? We got a cargo pod again, filled with chocolate. Okay, thanks. Lords of the sky, great shipping lanes above us. Thank you very much for bestowing upon us great heaping mounds of chocolate, hay, and survival meals. I quite appreciate that. Please continue to bestow upon us more and more foodstuffs as necessary. It appears we've also got a caravan that is a combat supplier showing up. Oh my word, look at all the blood. Oh, that's terrible. It's a beaver massacre over here. I'm going to ignore that that's a thing, because that's horrific. That's terrifying. The brutality implicit in that small area is just beyond understanding. Gabe, please go have a chat with that person and try to buy stuff from them. I'm going to continue to build walls and such, because that is what we need to do right now. Probably going to have this expand down this way. I don't know how much actual walls we just set up there. Okay. So, what are we going to sell off here? What are we going to buy? They are a combat supplier, although they don't appear to be terribly well equipped. I'm going to level with you. It's pretty bad, actually. Ooh, they have a charge rifle, though. Now, that is pretty good. What can we sell to them? We'll sell them a wooden club. We'll sell them this heavy SMG, because I don't like those SMG things. They're pretty bad weapons, actually. We're going to try to not use any of them because they're disgusting and I hate them very much. And we're going to purchase a charge rifle from them. That should be perfect. And you want a plasteel spear? You want 2 plasteel spears? Have 2 plasteel spears and we'll pay them 500 bucks. I mean, we could just kill them and get it back, but I feel like that's a bad idea and that we should just, take the charge rifle and leave. It's probably the right way to do it. So now that we got a charge rifle, who's actually going to get this item? Looks like the only person who doesn't have an automatic weapon is Aidan. So there's a pig that's going to go pick up our charge rifle. And it's stopping our people from actually getting the charge rifle. What a disgusting, disgusting pig. Jeez, I can't even. I thought the pigs were on our side. I mean, admittedly, I have been saying that they're probably trying to take down the colony. I've been saying that for quite a while, but it appears that the pigs are trying to take our weapons from us. Have you put that away? Very nice. Aidan, you're not sleeping. You're going to go pick up a charge rifle. I don't even care how deep in sleep you are, what nice dreams you're having about not being some sort of filthy commoner. But you are getting that charge rifle. You're preparing yourself for the coming siege. Oh, man. There's a guy named Steven, isn't there? I forgot about this guy. Why are you not part of the colony yet, Steve? Come on. I mean, I understand that you're maybe a bit hesitant to join these crazy people, but we're really not going to let you out of that cell ever until you join our colony, so it's probably in your best interest to join us, Steve. Come on, mate. Jeez, anyway. We're pretty close to finishing up the actual wall here to set up a geothermal position right here and get a bit more power. Right, planning this, that was what we were doing. So in terms of the defensive walls for the melee people, now there aren't actually very many melee people out here, so we don't need the most structures in the world, but we can set up maybe a little structure here. You can have this little wall section along here, maybe a couple auto doors in here so they can run out. But that should protect them from gunfire. And we have another little wall section along here. Yeah, like that. That's a bit long. I don't know if that's entirely necessary, but, you know, we'll do it regardless. And that should allow our melee people to just hide behind there while there's actual gunfighting. And when it actually gets to melee, they run out and just beat the living daylights out of anyone that shows up, because I don't know about you, but I have full confidence in everyone in this colony doing the greatest job at beating the heads in of anyone who decides to show up, because I feel like that is a thing that we are very good at doing. Okay. Steven? Oh, Magar, please. Please, Magar, bring him into the colony. I don't know if I actually want Steven. Who is Steven? Do I care about Steven? Do we? Who is he? Oh, he's pretty good. He's got some melee. He's nice. Okay, we do want Steven. Please bring him into the colony. Jeez, he can't stay there forever. I mean, I will eventually just basically tear the building down with him inside and just kill him in a pile of rubble if necessary, but I'd prefer to have Steven be a member of our colony instead of just a filthy, like, what would you call him? Freeloader. That's the one. Filthy freeloader. Oh, look. Dude, they're selling more iguanas? Dude, why are places selling so many iguanas? I don't even understand. I mean, we're not going to buy any more. Unless we get a male iguana for our current female iguana, I'm not going to buy any more iguanas. That doesn't seem necessary. Is there anything we actually want from these guys? Get a strange feeling that the answer is no. No. I mean, they have some nice stuff, but I am not at all interested in any of it. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bulk Dealer, but we will be very happy just sticking with what we have here. You can just leave. That'll be fine. So we've got a bit more blocks just in general, but, you know, we'll wait for those to get done until people have actually moved whatever blocks are necessary to build this stuff out of the storage, so we know exactly how much we can actually build right now, which I think is just that much. Man, this colony has gone a long ways since the terrible and arguably inevitable demise of Rambo and Frankie, who were, in fact, the great creators of this colony prior to their vicious and utter demise, which really demoralized everyone except for Gabe, who saw his opportunity and, of course, took power because he's a filthy, filthy traitor and just didn't care about the collapse of society. That was fine to him. He was more than happy with that. Oh, look, Aidan's getting to work. She's making herself a useful human being, which is always nice. We should have that defensive position prepped in no time. And do we have the component assembly built? Not yet. How much more stuff do we need? We need actually a lot more stuff. And when I say a lot more stuff, I mean we need a lot more stuff. We have 200 steel and we need actually 400. So we're going to need to get to work with a bit more mining here. Dude, do we have components like right in our colony? I didn't even know that was a thing. When did that happen? I mean, we're mining that up like nobody's business because I don't even care, but, jeez. We're going places here, people. We're going places. So soon enough, we should have a nice defensive position. Everyone who tries to come into our colony will be terribly and horribly shot up, regardless of whether or not said person happens to be nice to us. I personally don't care. I am all about shooting up anyone whoever decides to come into our colony because, you know, the only way to be truly safe in this world is to make certain that nobody can actually get to you. And the best way to stop people from getting to you is to shoot them on sight. So Gabe and his autocracy is becoming, I guess, does that make them viciously isolationists? I'm pretty sure that's what that makes them. It's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I feel like being an isolationist on a rim world is, one, really easy, and two, not necessarily the best move. But, you know, whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, with that revelation about the colony, that'll bring us for now to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we should actually be getting the geothermal plant up and running, assuming we also get the steel that we need, because currently, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're kind of low on steel. I mean, there is a bunch of steel over here. We're definitely not running out of steel on the map overall, just available to the colony, so we'll have to do quite a bit of mining, I feel. Luckily, Aidan does seem like a person who is more or less happy to do a disgusting quantity of mining at this point. But anyway, until then, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.